everyone doing tonight? Oh, I think the lighting is actually better in here tonight. Okay, how's everyone doing? I'm Amy with Lily Bean Designs. Thank you for tuning in tonight. If you are new, welcome, and please comment and say hello and tell me where you're watching from, and tell me if you are already a member of our SVG Clubhouse or if you are thinking of joining next Tuesday. This is our second sneak peek. This is sneak peek week. I didn't realize that rhymed, sneak peek week. This week we are premiering all of our early bird bonus files that we're going to be offering next week when our club opens. Our SVG Clubhouse is a membership group for laser and Glowforge owners, and that's my husband. Hello from Poors. He is out with some friends playing darts. Hello to Virginia. It just says Facebook user. It doesn't tell me what your name is. So comment and tell me who you are. Sometimes if you're watching from a group instead of my page, it doesn't tell me your name. So you have to like click a button to allow it. Hello, Diane. Hey, Donna. Hello to Idaho. Again, I'm sorry, I can't see your name. Sometimes it just doesn't show me your name. It says Facebook user. Okay, so we are going to be painting the second sneak peek video this evening, which is a Beachy Little Christmas shelf sitter set. That's a mouthful, right? Hey, Kim in Virginia. I'm from Virginia. I'm in Louisiana right now, but I'm from Virginia. Where in Virginia are you from? So last night we painted, let me grab it, not last night, Monday night, we painted the first bonus file for our club opening. Let me hold that one up so y'all can see it. This one turned out so fun, y'all. We did glitter, we did puffy paint, we did all the things. So this is our Merry Beachmas door hanger, and I put a wire hanger on it, but I'm going to add some beads, so I'll show y'all when I do that. But this one was so much fun, and the sand is glittery. See that? And so is the word Mary. Sorry, it's hard for me because my computer is the screen that's in front of me, so I can't like get it too close and you won't see the whole thing. So over here at the clubhouse, we love to use glitter. We love to use ribbon, puffy paint, all the fun little doodads. Tell Tammy I said hi too. Y'all, please do not be watching me from Poors. I will just get so nervous if you're watching me from Poors while you're playing darts. Turn it off right now. Oh, okay, from Stafford. I was actually born in Fredericksburg, so I know exactly where Stafford is. And I'm from Richmond. That's where we live when we go back to Virginia every couple months. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the clubhouse. We're going to be opening the doors on Tuesday to new members. We only open 3 or 4 times a year, and we'll be open from Tuesday through Sunday, but you're going to want to get in on the first day, because if you get in on the first day, you get all the bonus files. So you get the door hanger that I just showed you, then you get this file, and then we're going to have 2 more bonuses, and I will be showcasing those on Friday. We're going to be doing another live, and then I'll be doing another one over the weekend. Then next week, we are going to be painting the files for June in the club. So we have some patriotic files that we're going to be painting, and I'll go live during the week next week to paint those with you and just show you kind of like a couple of different ways to do to make the files like look a little bit different. So if you would like to join, please get on the waiting list. Click the link in the video description. It says svgclubhouse.com. You'll see it scrolling at the bottom of your screen. In addition to, well, I say in addition to, I haven't told you what you get for being a club member besides these bonus files. So as a club member, you get 4 exclusive files per month, which means that those files are only available to group members. They are not sold in my Etsy shop or anywhere else. They are exclusive to you for at least 1 year, and usually more like 2 years by the time I get around to actually like putting them in my Etsy shop. So they are only for members. And in addition to that, members get 50% off all the files in my Etsy shop every day. So if you are a regular shopper in our little Etsy shop, then you get 50% off all the files. That's unlimited every day of the year. So you get a code that you can use every month as many times as you like. We also provide you with a supply list. So if you are always wondering, where can I get the supplies that I see in the videos, what paint colors are you using, all of those things, we give you a detailed supply list with clickable links so that you can go and find all the supplies that we're using in the videos. And what else do? We do a live paint party every month. You get exclusive access to our membership portal where you can access your files. You can also purchase past month's files. So if you get in the club and you see that there are some files from previous months that you want to purchase that you missed prior to your membership, you have the ability to purchase those as a member, and we only sell those to members. So we do all kinds of fun little things. And we also do just kind of like bonus deals from time to time. If you're a current member, I always get this question every time we open the doors. If you're a current member, you always get all the bonus files. So my current members, next Tuesday, keep your eyes peeled for your bonus file email. It will arrive in your inbox Tuesday morning, and you will have all 4 of the bonus files for this opening. So be on the lookout for that extra email. Okay, so with that being said, I'm going to change, nope, I always click the wrong one. Okay, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna change the screen so, oh, it's trying to freeze on me. Okay, there we go. So that you guys can see what I'm painting. So we have several little pieces here, and all of these go together to make a shelf set. Our shelf sets work with any little like decor shelf, but they also are designed specifically for our decor box, which I'm not gonna show you because actually I'm making a new one, and I'm almost finished with it. I have to paint it. So I won't show you that, but they also work with our benches. So let me show you our bench. Here, I'm gonna make the screen big again real quick so y'all can see this. Okay, so this is one of our decor benches so that you can display your little shelf set on there. And so I sell the file for this in my Etsy shop. And this piece pops out, and I have different backs that can go on the bench. So I'll grab one real quick to show you. I'm not going to pull this one out because I made my slots a little bit tighter. I don't know why I did that. I probably shouldn't have done that, but when I was cutting mine out, I made my slots a little bit too tight. But your slots will not be tight because I would not do that to you. So this is an extra backer that goes on the bench. So this is a fall one with a pumpkin cutout, and we have several different backers available for sale in our Etsy shop. So those are the 2 that I have currently. I'm going to go ahead and get this shelf set made so that y'all can see what it looks like. Hey Pam, hey Penny, how are y'all doing? All right, so let's get started. We are going to be using mostly the same colors that we used on Monday night when we painted the door hanger. But I will go over all the colors with you. Okay, so I'm just going to start, and excuse my messy desk here because y'all know I just cannot keep glitter and paint off of my background here. We're going to go ahead and paint the little, this is the little strand of lights that hangs up on the back of the bench. If you're using your shelf, I can't talk tonight, your shelf set for one of the benches, this little light strand can hang up on the back of it. So we're going to paint that. And I'm just going to start with, this is a black Posca pen. If you don't, if you're not familiar with Posca pens, it's Posca. They are available at most craft stores. They're also on Amazon. And if you're going to get a set, I highly, highly recommend the big set with all the colors in it. It's like $60. It's not bad. And I tell you, I promise you that paint pens will change your life if you don't own paint pens. Now, I love the medium tip the best. I feel like they're juicier than the fine tip. So you'll see me working with both. most likely tonight. Sometimes I'll dip my markers in paint, which is kind of an odd thing that I do, I guess, but that's what I do. So if you see me dipping my pen in paint, yeah. Oh, and you know what? I did not print. I need to print my little picture of this set. Hold on one second, because I like to have a copy to just look at. Okay, hopefully that's sent to the printer here in Louisiana and not to the printer in Virginia. I hear it printing, so we're good. Okay, let's start off with my favorite color. See, I'm going to hold this up and y'all can't see me. I need to use the overhead camera if I hold things up tonight. Let's see where to put it. Right here looks like a good spot for y'all to see. All right, so I know where to hold it now. So this is Deco Arts Sea Breeze. Okay, this is one of my favorite paint colors. I'm just going to go ahead and squirt a big old blob on my plate because I know I'm going to use a bunch of that color. And, oh, you guys, I got some paintbrushes at Walmart today because I didn't have time to order them from Amazon and wait for them to be shipped. So I'm actually cutting open a brand new pack of paintbrushes because I went to wash my paintbrushes and they were in really bad shape. They were beyond saving. And I honestly wish that I could just find a big pack of this one size that I use more than anything else. And I'm looking at it and I'm thinking it's probably a 1/2 inch angled brush. I don't know if y'all can see that, but it's angled. I like the angled tips better because I feel like I can control the where the paint goes. So we're just going to paint our little light bulbs. I know some of y'all like to paint with makeup sponges. This is Deco Arts Purple Cow. I do not usually paint with makeup sponges, but I might have to give that a try because I know a lot of you guys like that. All right, and then we've got bright blue. Most of the colors are Deco Art colors. I just love their coverage. Thank you for sharing, Cheryl. I really appreciate it. I do give away a file every month to someone. I draw a name from viewers who share my videos and comment that they shared. So if you would click the share button and then comment shared, I can enter your name to win a free file. And that just helps give my business a little shout out. So thank you for that. I do notify you through Facebook Messenger. So be on the lookout because I know I'm kind of bad sometimes about checking my Facebook Messenger. Like not my business one. I always check my business one. I have it forwarded to my email, actually. I'm just dumping a bunch of paint out here, y'all. And I'll tell you what the colors are when I get ready to use them. Just because I'm going to need to like do some blending here in a little bit. So if you go to svgclubhouse.com, you can get on the waiting list and be notified when the doors open. So you will get an email first thing Tuesday morning announcing that we have opened. so you don't forget, because you don't want to miss getting all of those bonuses. When you join, you will get an email right away that has all your files for June, as well as all of the bonus files that you qualify for, depending on the day that you join. So if you join on Tuesday, you get all the files. If you wait until Wednesday, we drop that first file. So that means on Wednesday, you only qualify for 3 bonuses. And then Thursday is 2 bonuses and Friday is 1 bonus. And then you can still join on Saturday and Sunday, but there are no bonuses left at that point. That's why I'm recommending that you join early. All right, so there's our light strain, and we'll go back and do a second coat on some of the things that we're working on. Let's see, let me grab, actually, I'm gonna go ahead and do the glasses here because that's a quick and easy little piece. I love these glasses. These are so much fun. Oh, Cheryl says she's joining. Oh, so worth joining. Sorry, Cheryl, you were already a member. I thought you were. I was like, am I thinking of a different Cheryl? This green color is called Irish Moss. It has become my my favorite green. And I always say for Christmas, but honestly, it's my favorite green for just about anytime I use green, I usually throw it in to the mix. And it makes a great Grinch green color. So if you are painting anything Grinch over the holidays, it's great for that. Our Clubhouse files go out at the beginning of each month. So on July 1st, you will be getting the July bundle in your email. So you get those 4 files in the new supply list. You also get marketing photos for all the projects. So we give you blank and finished photos that you can use to market the products so that you don't have to paint them yourself to go ahead and gauge interest with your customers if you are selling items and not just making them for fun. All right, I'm going to grab a little black paint. It's clogged up. And I'm just going to lighten that up a little bit. We're going to make this like a little bit of a darker gray. All I have over here, y'all, is a paper plate that I'm just using to blend colors. So these are layered. The little sunglass lenses are layered because I just think that looks cute. I like everything to have a little bit of a 3-dimensional element. Just a nice charcoal gray color, which I probably have a charcoal gray mustache, but I just went ahead and blended because I had black and white in front of me. All right, we will let those dry and then we'll add a few more details on there. Okay, so which piece are we going to do next? Let's do our palm tree and presents. So our little palm tree has some presents underneath it. See all the layers, and then we've got some lights on there. So let's paint our stem first, or trunk, I should say. Tree trunk. Starting off with some of that Irish moss. All right, and then I'm going to mix in a little bit of evergreen, which is a nice dark green. Hey, Mary, how are you? Do you need, did you mean do I need to paint the star on the tree with the sun? Yeah, I'm going to paint the star. I'm going to go back and paint the star. I'm waiting for that green to dry. We're going to go back and do some puffy paint actually on those glasses as well, because, you know, I can't have undecorated trees, right? All right, so I'm just swirling in some of this evergreen because I want these leaves to have some dimension. And then I'm going to also pick up a little white, but I'm not rinsing my brush. I'm just grabbing a little bit of white and just kind of doing that because it'll make it look like light is shining on these trees. So that just kind of makes it look like the leaves have a little variation in them. Okay, and now we need some brown for our tree trunk. So this is Deco Art Dark Chocolate. All of my big bottles are clogged up tonight, y'all. And I can't find, oh, you know what I can use? I do have something I can use to poke a hole. Yeah, all my big bottles are clogged up for some reason. Let me wipe that off though. I'm using this little Stampin' Up tool that I have in my drawer. It's like a little sharp thing. I can't remember the name of it. All right, so I'm taking some of that dark chocolate and I'm also gonna grab some what color am I gonna grab? I'm gonna grab some burlap. I haven't used this burlap yet. I just bought this one the other day. Got to shake it up good. I need to move my drink so I'm not dripping paint water in it. That's kind of gross. I don't think I want to drink paint water. Okay, so burlap and dark chocolate on my brush at the same time for our tree trunk here. All right, there we go. And then we don't need to paint this because our presents are going to go on top of it. So pretty much our tree is done until that trunk dries, and then I'm going to do something on there to give that a little bit more depth. So we'll set that over here to dry. Let me flip my fan on. Y'all let me know if that's too loud. I always worry that that's too loud. Let's paint our light streams first. Oh, you know what? We can actually go back now and do a second coat of green on the sunglasses. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Y'all, my husband does not really spell his name B-E-A-U-X. He changed his spelling of his name on Facebook because we're in Louisiana. He thought that was funny. So he is saying that my neighbor Amy, not me, my neighbor Amy wants to see some glitter because she loves glitter as much as I do. So tell her that I will use some glitter. I'm not sure where, but I will use some glitter. Let me think. Maybe on the light bulbs. We did a door hanger party back at Christmas time with my neighbors, and it was so much fun. And at the pretty much the very end, Amy was like, "Where's the glitter? I was told there'd be glitter." And I was like, "Oh Lord, I had not planned on bringing glitter to a party." I don't normally do door hanger parties, and so I was nervous to do this first party in the first place, and I was not about to involve glitter and further complicate things, but we used glitter and we had a ball. It was so much fun, you guys. I think we should do glitter maybe on the light bulbs. That would be cute. Not the little light bulbs, the big light bulbs. Well, you could do both, but I think on the big ones, that would be really cute. I might have to do that. Okay, so here's where sometimes I dip my Posca pen in my paint. So I'm dipping in this red, okay, which I know is weird. But the reason that I do that is because, and I've said this before, but I like, the Deco Art red color better. And I want my reds to match throughout my project. And the Posca pen red has a little bit too much orange in it for me. There is a darker shade of red, but it's actually too dark. So I just dip it. And it doesn't ruin my pen, I promise. Everybody always asks, doesn't that ruin your pen? It does not ruin it. It works just fine. But I like my colors to match, so I dip. I do the same thing with my yellow Posca pen, just because I could use a paintbrush for this, but it's easier to paint these little elements with a pen. So that's what I'm doing. Now I don't have, oh wait, I do have a blue color that's similar for the the sea breeze. I don't know about the blue though. Let's see. Maybe I can dip this. This is a little bit lighter of a shade, but I can probably dip it in there. Yeah, that works. Penny, the Deco Art red that I'm using is True Red. Now I also have a big thing of primary red that I use sometimes, but the True Red is a nice bright red color. So that's kind of my go-to. I'm dipping the purple into the purple paint just so the colors match. And what other color do I need? Let's just do another of the same color. We'll just throw that in. Okay, so we have our little light strands painted. I know it's hard to see that, but these go on our palm tree. All right, this is probably dry enough to do our stars. So I'm dipping my Posca yellow into the yellow paint because I want it to match, you know. You know the deal. Painting my stars. And of course we'll need 2 coats at least because, you know, yellow. Yellow always needs 2 coats, sometimes 3. We shall see. All right, our presents. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the same thing we did on Monday, and I'm gonna use some puffy paint for our dots. So I'm gonna paint this present in the middle. It's gonna be red. And we don't have to paint the bows because the bows are all separate pieces that go on top, okay? Try to make this easy for y'all. And you know what? I'm actually gonna grab a brush because you have both of those reds. Yeah, they're good reds. I think this is gonna be smoother if I just use a brush. And the reason I'm using puffy paint is because I think it's cute, but also because that way I don't have to paint white over red, which is hard to do, and make it look like nice bright white. And I want white polka dots. And when you do puffy paint, then it all, you know, the white doesn't show the red. Right. Same thing with this guy. We're going to do him in the green. All right, and then this present over here, I'm gonna do a layer of white, and then we're gonna do red and green stripes. So I'm putting white down first so I can get a couple coats of the white on and make sure that we have a nice bright white before we add any other color into it. So I'm gonna try not to drag any of this red into my white. Like I said, don't worry about the bows because the bows are 3D. We're actually going to go ahead and paint those now. All right, so oh, you know what, guys? I just realized a boo-boo that I'm going to have to fix. I meant to cut out the crisscross ribbon on this present, and I did not do that. So I'm going to add that to the file. So that will be in the bonus file. Because I think that would look cute being three-dimensional as well. All right, that bow is green, and then these two bows are going to be red. Let's see. I'm opening this other pack of brushes that I bought because, again, I need more than one of those half-inch angle brushes because I'm just using the same one over and over. I'm trying to need another one. I see one in here. Has anybody ordered from Temu? Anyone ordered from Temu? I saw that Temu had paintbrushes, and they also have sponge daubers, and I need both. I've seen people ordering from them saying that they're getting their stuff, and it's totally fine. So, just curious. Cheryl, you ordered paintbrushes from them? Penny, you ordered from them too? So did you guys get your paintbrushes? Carmen, the puffy paint that I'm going to use is Tulip Slick. This is one of the bottles. I have a big pack of them that I got on Amazon. It's like a big tub. I'll try to show it to you on this overhead camera if I can. This is my big tub that I got. And it's also Tulip dimensional fabric paint. However, they're not as fine tipped as those big bottles that you can buy at the craft store. And the fine tip is really helpful. So I would probably just go to Hobby Lobby or Michael's or wherever sells Tulip fabric paint. But it's Tulip Slick dimensional. Oh, you like your paintbrushes? All right, I'll have to check them out. Do you have a picture? Well, I don't know if it'll let you post a picture in the comments. Will it let you post a picture during the video? I'm not even sure if it will. Will you post a link? Or you can, in the clubhouse, you could post a picture. All right, I'm trying not to get this on too thick, but I'm kind of, ooh, you know what I just did? I just broke one of my little, that's okay, it'll be all right. It's not even gonna show back there. One of my little pieces off of that bow. Yeah, I can't see my stars. I didn't score those lines dark enough, I guess. That's all right, we will make do with that. All right, so we're just doing some second coats on things, and then we will move on and get things all pieced together. Sorry, y'all. I meant to turn on my time lapse. Okay. All right. So I think we're good on those. We just need these presents to dry so we can do the detail work on them. I'm going to go ahead and grab these glasses and do a couple of things before we move on to our other pieces. So I'm gluing my lenses on. And then I'm going to take some of my red puffy paint and I'm going to just make some ornaments. Don't bubble. Okay, so we've got some little red ornaments on our glasses. And then I'm just going to take a small brush. I'm just going to do some little details on our glasses just to give them some dimension. Oh, did y'all see what I just did? Did you see it? I messed up one of my dots. Dang it. That's why I always do my puffy paint last. I broke my rule. Hold on, we're going to fix it. Baby wipe to the rescue. There we go. One more puffy dot. Okay. There are our little, whoops, the camera's freezing up again. Hold on. There are our little glasses all done. 10 brushes like you would get at Walmart for 88 cents right now on Temu. Wow, that's amazing. You know what? Before I let things lie. You know, I have to do a little white highlight on my stars. A little something to give them a little sparkle. Okay, now we're going to leave well enough alone because that piece has puffy paint, and we're going to let it do its thing over there. All right, these are going to get glittered, I do believe. Presents. Okay, so let's do bows. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Before we put that one on, I do need to do those stripes first because it's going to be harder to do it with the bow on. Let's see. Where's our red? Okay, so I've got a fine tip red pen. Green, white, red. Which is not juicy at all for some reason. I don't know why these fine tip pens just are not juicy. So I'm dipping it. White, green, red. So I'm going to do white, green, and red. I know it's hard to see this, y'all. I will hold it up when I'm done. I promise. Can y'all see better if I do? You probably can. It's still messy background, but at least I feel like you can see better. Just remind me if I need to put the camera back up because I'm always worried I'll forget. Okay, so that's going to look kind of whimsical. The colors are kind of streaky, and that's okay. I like that look. Let me, hold on, I'm going to do some highlights. Highlights and then puffy paint is last because we learned our lesson, right? So just a little baby brush with some white. Okay, let's glue this onto our palm tree, and then we can do the puffy paint, and we'll be able to see this all put together. Okay, so white puffy paint on here. I'm going to try, now that this green has dried, I can see my stars better. So I'm trying to fill these stars in with puffy paint. Oops, that one got a little messy. And then the circle polka dots. But I need to do the ribbon, the like little crisscross ribbon. That's what I need to do. I don't have the right color green puffy paint. Don't you wish you could like blend your own puffy paint? Does anybody else have that desire in life? Probably not. Just me. Thank you, Cheryl. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. All right, I'm going to try not to mess things up too bad here, folks, by putting a sash on my present. And then I will hold it up where you can see it closer, unless I mess it up. No, I'll still hold it up for you, even if I mess it up. All right, that's not too bad. I just need a little bit better coverage is what I need, which I probably should just let it dry. That's not bad. All right, let me hold this up so y'all can see. Oh, you know what? Wait, we didn't do our lights. We didn't do our little lights on here. All right, we need a little highlight, little doodad in white. So little baby brush. And then sometimes I just kind of brush it along the black string too. So let's glue those on, and then our palm tree will be done. Some dripping glue. Dripping glue. Not that it's really making it that much worse, because the desk is already pretty bad, right? Okay, that is our palm tree piece. I have to say, I kind of love it. Isn't that fun, you guys? So fun. I don't know why the camera keeps freezing up. Driving me crazy. Okay, who wants to paint our Hawaiian shirt? Our Christmas Hawaiian shirt. That's gonna be fun. All right, let's do, okay, I'm gonna take a baby white. I'm gonna dip it in my mixture of dark brown and burlap. I'm just gonna kind of do this. And I'm gonna pray that this is the color that I want. And I'm actually loving it. That might be my new go-to for my shiplap backers. We call this the cheater method. Cheater, cheater, pumpkin eater. Doesn't want to use stain. Okay, so that just gives us a nice stained round without the smell of stain, the mess of stain, the stained hands, the having to wait for it to dry for 3 hours, all of those things. Okay, I'm also going to go ahead and grab my my little sign here. Now, these are supposed to be towards the top of the sign, and there's a reason for that, because this fits down into a base that is included in the file. So if you are using this on a shelf and you want a little sign piece to go in the front, then it fits down into the little base for you, okay? And that takes up some of the space, and you don't want these letters to, you know, they need room. So that's why they're pushed up towards the top. That is not a mistake, just so that y'all know. This is the perfect, like, kind of bleached out wood look I'm going for, y'all. Burlap and dark chocolate. No, wait, is it dark chocolate? Yes, burlap and dark chocolate. Just dipping a baby wipe in it. And they're not mixed well. They're just kind of next to each other on my plate, just sort of hanging out next to each other. Okay, so we can work on our little sign in just a minute, but we're going to do our Hawaiian shirt. Okay. He's going to be so cute, so cute. Now, here's the deal with him. He's kind of a pain in the butt to paint, okay? I'm going to want to paint this general area up here. I want to paint because I want it to show through when I put that topper piece on, okay? So I'm saying when I put that on, that's his like collar thing. I want that color to show through. So I'm just making sure that I've painted enough. All right, so I'm using my Posca pen. And I'm gonna have to make a decision here, y'all. I'm probably gonna have to paint over the snowflakes and then go back and do white on them. I'll paint around all the other pieces, but I'm just gonna have to paint over the snowflakes just because of how intricate they are. I don't know. Well, no, maybe I lied. Maybe I can kind of paint around them. Yeah, I think I might be okay. Now this is a medium tip. And yes, this is a little bit tedious, but this is what I wanted it to look like. So I'm just kind of painting around it as much as I can because we're going to make our snowflakes white. And I might actually use puffy paint for the snowflakes. That might work, or that might look messy. I don't know. I don't know if that's going to work. We're going to see. Now, if you're making multiples of these, just line up your shirts and paint them all at once. The best way to do that is just to line up all of one piece and paint them all at the same time. All your palm trees, all your shirts, all your backers. It will save you so much time if you're doing multiples, if you're trying to like sell these. You could also sell the blank cutouts. That's certainly an option if you're a club member and you just want to sell blanks. You could do box kits. You could do your own paint videos to promote the blank kit. Lots of ways to grow your business with a laser, for sure. Never used paint pens. Before I spend money on those, on ones I've not used, what are your go-to basic to start off with pens? I know I have to add as I do projects, but what are the must-haves? Honestly, if you just get the set on Amazon that has a bunch of colors of the Posca medium tip, it's like $60. Because you're going to spend way more than that per pen if you just try to buy a few pens. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not sure it's worth it to do it that way. I mean, I guess if you want to do it that way, I would definitely say black, white, red. I mean, it's really what depends on what you're painting. Like my favorite color, of course, is this blue because I just love everything. I would show y'all my toes because I got my toes painted today. I got my pedicure today, and I got this color on my toes. My husband calls it my color. It is my color. I love it. All right, so these pieces are just like the little doodad collar and lapel, whatever you want to call it, cuffs. Thank you, Penny. Yeah, I love the palm tree. I'm on a roll with painting palm trees lately, and I'm just obsessed with them. Like I want to make more palm tree everything, but I don't know if people are going to be like, enough with the palm trees. We're tired of palm trees. I love palm trees. Goodness gracious, y'all, it's 8:30. This video is taking longer than I thought. I'm not doing 2 coats on there because I kind of want these to look bleached out anyway. I'm probably going to do 2 coats of white on these candy canes before I add red to them because, you know, it's white, so it'll just look better. And now this is the Posca green, but I'm dipping it in the Irish moss, and it's taken a good amount. I'm having to dip it a lot. I just really like that Irish moss color. I know my dipping paint pens in paint is probably making some of y'all twitch. I do apologize. To each his own. It's art. It's just paint. It will be okay, I promise. This is like coloring the coloring book. Diane, you love beach decor? Me too. I love anything coastal. Oh, I forgot a little part of the tree at the bottom. All right, we're gonna see how this goes. I'm grabbing a fine tip Neotop pen that I got on Amazon. I'm gonna try to do candy cane stripes with it. It's a really fine tip. That's working pretty good. Yeah, that works. So these are Neotop. And like I said, I got them on Amazon. They were inexpensive. They're very, very fine tip. But they're pretty juicy considering they're like itty bitty fine tip. Okay, so far so good on probably the hardest piece. I keep dripping glue. It kind of looks vintage, I think, because of the one coat of blue and one coat of red. They look a little bit faded out, which I like. Like this is a shirt that Santa has worn at the beach many, many times. It's a very loved shirt. All right, so we're going to try to do puffy paint on our snowflakes. Now, like I said, this may not work very well, but I'm not putting a ton on. Yeah, that works pretty well. Yeah, you know what? Not loving it. It's getting too messy. So I'm going to try to get in here and get that off. Because we're just going to use the fine tip white paint pen. That's going to work better, I think. All right, so we've got the Neotop fine tip white. Pretty juicy, pretty good. I'm going to start over here because I just wiped that with a baby wipe and it's wet. Oh yeah, that's better. Much better. And it looks a little faded out like the rest of the shirt, which I like. Who's texting me? This is so cute, y'all. Yep, when all else fails, wipe it off with a baby wipe and go to plan B. Who knew I would be buying baby wipes at this stage in my life? Okay, so where's the top? Here it is. Let me grab my little teeny tiny brush. Teeny tiny brush, where are you? Here you are. I would have a big mess trying to use puffy paint on that shirt. Yeah, it was getting to the, it was looking a little sloppy. I was like, yeah, not gonna work. It was worth a shot. All right, so just some white highlights on there. So this is our little vintage shirt. Turned out pretty cute. It's gonna go on this backer. And I'm just gonna kind of turn it to the side a little bit. And that is that piece all done. I cannot wait to display this on the little bench, you guys. I think it's gonna be so precious. All right, these letters, whew, these letters need to be white. Yuck. Boring, right? This is not a quick set to paint necessarily, but I am painting it live. If you were painting it yourself, then you're not talking and you're not, looking at your computer screen necessarily and all that. So we'll probably go quicker. All right, we're doing our tape trick. Oops. Not that it matters how these are laid out. Okay, white Deco Art paint, and we have a new pack of, what's that showing up? It's a delay on the camera. Sponge sticks from Walmart. Because I was in a hurry and I didn't want to wait for Amazon delivery. Couldn't wait 2 days, right? I got to the point where I had my brushes all soaking in my sink, and I was like, I took them out and tried to salvage them, my sponge sticks and everything, and I was like, these are toast. I was like, I'm running to the store because I needed groceries anyway, so one-stop shopping. I don't love Walmart. I don't know that anyone loves Walmart. Does anyone love Walmart? Walmart is a necessary evil. self-checkout, fiasco, all of it. But it's convenient. It's got everything. The prices are cheap. Well, cheaper than most grocery stores. Now, I do have an Aldi being built down here, which I'm super excited about because I love some Aldi. I just wish they would put a Trader Joe's in down here. We have a Trader Joe's in New Orleans, in Metairie. But that's an hour away. I'm going through peanut butter cup withdrawal and chocolate croissant withdrawal. Probably a good thing that I can't just run up to the store and get chocolate croissants and peanut butter cups from Trader Joe's. Have you guys tried the peanut butter cups and the chocolate croissants? Do y'all know? If you know, you know. If you don't know, just plug your ears up, because once you know, if you're a chocolate person, Lord help you. Okay, that's the quickest way to get that painted. And then our Beachy, guess I'll toss that little, hold on, let me think. Nope, you know what? I'm gonna, while I've got this sponge, this little white sponge stick wet with paint, I'm gonna grab my letters off of this other piece I haven't started yet, and I'm gonna go ahead and paint those, because I'm gonna need to toss it down into my paint water, and it's gonna get lost down in there until I can rinse it out. That piece is going to say sand is the new snow. How funny is that? I think that is just so cute. And I totally feel that way at this point in my life. I don't need any cold weather in my life. No, thank you. I'm done with cold weather. I will sweat down here in Louisiana any day over being cold. Now I get it, you know, sweater weather, pumpkin patch, a good snow day, hot cocoa. I get it. But I don't know, y'all. I used to just love fall. Like, I still love fall, but I used to just live for fall. Like, when fall came, gosh, my paint is just drying on my plate tonight. I think because I've been on here for so long. Okay, so these little starfish go on the word sign at the bottom, and I am just painting them with a light coat of sea breeze, and then I'm going to distress them with white. So I don't need to worry about the little dots on them, like the little designs on them, because that's just going to look good just like it is, I think. So don't need to worry about that. All right, now we're going to get a medium-sized sponge stick, and we're going to do the red on the Beachy. So, Tanya, I am already starting fall designs. I asked in the clubhouse if people were ready for fall, and I got a mixed response. You guys that are on here tonight who are either already joined or joining, are you ready for fall? Because I have fall files ready for you, but I don't want to be that person where everybody's like, what is she doing? It's June. Well, it wouldn't be June, it would be July. I don't want to be that person, but I'm telling you, not everybody, but a lot of people are working on fall already because of all the fall craft shows, I think. And all right, I'm going to paint the entire backer of this red. So I think I'm done with this red sponge stick. I can put this away. Yes, I should put that away. Penny says she's ready. Tanya's ready. Yeah, Christmas stuff already at Hobby Lobby. So that's basically where I was at with the Christmas in July theme for some of the bonus files, because I walk in the stores and I get all excited because I see all of the Christmas and fall stuff, and I'm ready. Even though I want to lay by the pool, I also am like totally ready to design that stuff. So I have some really cute um, fall stuff, and I have a lot of cute Christmas ideas that are keeping me awake at night right now that I need to get down on paper or on something before I forget them. So yeah, I'm starting now. Now I'm only doing one coat of red on here because again, I want this to look a little aged. So I'm going to distress it just a little bit with some white paint. Okay, so yeah, we're going for like a vintagey, beachy kind of look. Let that dry. And we'll do our sand and our snow in Sea Breeze. And you know what? Before we do that, let's go ahead and get this. I need these letters out of my way. They're in my way. All right. The frame's going to be white. You have to wait until the 20th to sign up. The doors open on the 20th, but if you go to svgclubhouse.com, you can get on the waiting list to be notified so you get your email that morning so you don't miss all the bonus files. And then right when you join, you will get these bonuses. If you join on opening day, you get all the bonuses, and then you'll get your June files as well. And I didn't mention the price. It's $17 a month, but if you join for the year, you save 1 month. So you get 1 month free if you sign up for annual renewal. Y'all tell me what color should I paint these flowers on the surfboard? I painted them yellow on the sample. We could do like yellow and red. I don't want to get too many colors in there because sometimes I feel like it just gets too busy. I'm thinking either 1 or 2 colors. I am painting the back of it the blue color, the sea breeze color. Sorry, I'm trying to stay in camera, y'all. I forgot I had zoomed in. Teal and red. I do love teal and red at Christmas time. So maybe do like the background in this teal and then do red flowers. That'd be pretty with a white outline. I like that idea. See, I don't want to bring pink in because I don't have pink anywhere else in this project. And I don't think bringing pink in on this one, because that would be really cute if I had pink other places in this set. So we kind of need to go with a color that's in the set already. So we could do the green. We could do like green and red. Like 2 red and a green, like the one in the middle green. We could do that. Do you guys want shakers? You guys who are familiar with my shaker files, do you guys want a Christmas in July themed shaker? Do y'all like making shakers? Oh, you know what I just thought of that might be cute? We could do a stand, like the market stands. We could do one of my market stands and do Santa's surf shop. Oh my gosh. Now I'm not going to be able to go to bed tonight because I'm going to be working on that. If you go to my page, Lulu Bean Designs on Facebook, I don't know if you're watching from my page or from a group, and you scroll down to the videos, you will see, I'm getting blue in here from somewhere. You can see some shakers, and you can also see some in my Etsy shop too. Got lots of shaker files over there. Shakers are layered projects where we use glitter and other like filler items inside, and they're just meant to be like additions on tiered trays, shelf sitters. Okay, so now I'm going to grab the red backer and I'm going to take sorry, I'm trying to keep it in frame. Let me move this camera up just a little bit so y'all can see a little bit more. I need, why do my chip brushes get up and walk away? They grow legs and they get up and walk away. Why is that? Luckily, I do have a handy gigantic box of them. Ta-da! I got on Amazon. Let's not do box out though, because there's no room for that. Make that surfboard a chafer. Okay, now you're going to have to tell me what a chafer is, because I have no idea. Is that a type of surfboard, a brand of surfboard? Okay, I've got white paint on my chip brush, and I just dabbed a bunch of it off on a paper towel, and I'm just going over it like this, just to give my red a slightly distressed look. Okay, that is, sorry for the shadows. I don't know where that shadow is coming from. It's so weird. If I lean it. Do you see what I have here? That is so strange. I guess it's because I have my overhead light on. But anyway, it gives it like a distressed kind of look. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the back of the surfboard. Just give it kind of a distressed finish. And then Beachy, you can do it on there. And then our little starfish, just giving a little distressing on all of those. Okay. Oh, making the surfboard a shaker. Oh, that would be cute. So I'm not sure who it is. Someone said they're watching from Facebook. Okay, so everybody is watching from Facebook, but there are different places on Facebook where I'm live. So I'm live on my page, but I'm also live in two groups. I'm live on in my makers group, my Lulu Bean Designs makers group, and I'm also live in the Glowforge file sharers group. So if you're watching from a group, then sometimes it just says Facebook user and I can't see your name. If you're watching from my page, then I can see your name. But my videos are easier to find if you go to my page. Does that make sense? I don't think some people realize that there's a difference between groups and pages. It's kind of confusing if you're not like in that world. All right, so I think we're gonna go with the green and the red for the flowers. So let's do the main flower in green. Big flower in green. And we're going to do the little doodad on top. We'll do those in black. The little doodad in the middle of the flower. Does anybody know what that's called? Is that the stamen? I vaguely remember something about a flower having a stamen. All right. And we'll let that dry, and then we'll go back and do the black parts. And then we still need to do some blue. Some teal, aqua, whatever you call it. I call it robin's egg blue. Apparently robin's egg blue is trademarked, though. You cannot use the words robin's egg blue to describe a color when you're selling something. Did y'all know that? No, I'm sorry. I totally just messed that up. You can use Robin's Egg glue. You can't use Tiffany glue. I'm tired, y'all. The Robin's Egg glue would be a good substitute. It's Tiffany glue that's trademarked for obvious reasons. All right. Let's see. Put that in there. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put this frame on this piece, even though things are still a little damp, because I can't be on here all night because I'm tired. Why did I do that? Did y'all see what I just did? I just put glue on the back of the surfboard and it's not attached to anything. Okay, that's all right. Hopefully that won't drip on the table. Sand is the new snow. Let's put the little letters on first. Don't y'all love when letters cut out together? If the font like makes them close together and the letters cut out, touching each other, that just makes life easy. I could separate them, but I mean, why would you? Why would you separate them? It makes it easier. You know? It's because I thickened them up a little bit. They needed to be thickened up so they would show. Stamen, yes. I got the flower part right. All right, let me see if that's straight. Yeah. And everything's scored for you guys. All the files in the club are Glowforge friendly. If you don't have a Glowforge Pro and you don't have a pass-through door, or you don't know how to use your pass-through door, I always give you the version of the door hangers with a, I can't talk tonight, y'all, sorry, with a split backer version, so you can cut it like with shiplap lines, and the split is hidden in the shiplap lines. Do you know what I'm talking about? I feel like I talk about that all the time. You guys are probably tired of hearing me talk about it. But yeah, I do give you like a split version. Just to make life a little easier, hopefully. Okay, I need a very tiny black pen. This is the one of the little new top markers. Just going on the score lines and filling these flowers in. If you move quickly, you'll make fewer boo-boos. Well, maybe not. I find that if I do fine detail work like this more quickly and I don't hesitate, then I don't get big blobs of paint and get mad and mess up. All right, now we need some white on there. I have paint and pens and everything everywhere at this point in the night, y'all. Everything is everywhere. All right. We said we were going to do glitter, and we're going to do glitter. So I want this to dry before I attach it on because I want to do some white. Well, actually, you know what? I don't have to wait for it to dry before I glue it. I can glue it on there, but then I'm going to go back and I'm going to do some white highlights on those flowers, and I think that'll make them pop. But they need to dry. So while they're drying, we're going to do our glitter. Get on there. On our bulbs. Okay, so there's that piece almost finished. Almost. You know what we do need though? Can you guess? We need our little wispy baby paintbrush with some white on it. Why, you ask? Because, y'all, can you tell I'm tired? Because we're going to do, why did I turn that on? I don't know why I did that. Because we're going to do some highlights on these blue letters. Just work quickly. Swoop-diddy, swoop-diddy, swoop. Mine does not look perfect. Yours might not look perfect. It's going to be all right. I promise. I promise it's going to be okay. It's just paint. You know what? I can probably go ahead and highlight these flowers. What do you say? How are we going to do that? Let's do a little bit on there. Now I know why Bob Ross made noises when he painted. It helps you to do your little doodads. You know. Okay. I think I'm done messing with this. I think it's good. Okay, let me hold it up so y'all can see. Ta-da! Love it. So fun. Okay, that's done. We're almost done, y'all. We're almost done. Oh, you know what? Hold on. We haven't put our letters. Where did our letters go? Oh, here they are. Lord. On here. And then we're going to glitter. I promise. Amy asked for glitter, and Amy's getting glitter. And Amy, I know you're still up because girlfriend does not turn in early. I'm not talking about myself in the third person, y'all. I'm talking about my friend Amy. I haven't gone completely nuts tonight. I promise. And I would show you the stand that this goes in if I could find it. But honestly, I have so many pieces of wood cut out in my craft room right now that I don't know where the heck the stand is. But I will stage all these. I'll stage this one on the chair. the bench, and I'll stage it on the decor shelf with one of the new drawer fronts, okay? The drawer, the decor shelf that has the rattan drawer, okay? You guys who have that file know what I'm talking about. You put your shelf sitters on them. I'm making new drawer fronts that will be added to my shop. So far, I have a chicken wire and a, what doesn't go there? What goes there? Chicken wire, and it's called a arabesque, I believe, design. Okay, so there's our Beachy Little Christmas. Beachy Little Christmas sign. And now we glitter. We gotta find 5 different colors of glitter. Amy, I really love you because I'm doing this for you, okay? She's still throwing darts. Are you still throwing darts, Amy? All right, green, aqua, purple, blue, red, yellow. Let's grab the glitter. I think I might stand up because this chair is getting real scratchy. I'm getting on my nerves. Hold up, y'all. I gotta move my chair out of the way. And it's getting caught on my charging cord. That's helpful. Oh my Lord. Okay. All right. We have the glitter. All right, here's a good blue. Here's a good purple. Here's a aqua. What do we have for green? Green, we might have to go with more of like a, hold on, maybe this one. Yeah, that'll work. That green will work. And this is red, red, and yellow. This is why you buy the big pack of glitter on Amazon. Looks like I'm going to bed covered in glitter again tonight, y'all. All right. Let's do our lightest color first. We're gonna go in that order. Okay, I have my piece of printer paper folded in half. I know my head's cut off down here, y'all. I'm sorry. Maybe I can do this actually. Ta-da! Okay. Not that you're looking at my face. In that little bitty screen. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're going to make sure that our paint is nice and wet so our glitter sticks to it. Super simple. Y'all still with me? Comment and tell me you're with me. You still have people watching after all this time? All right. Yellow paint. Yellow glitter. Look at that. Look at that, how pretty. Okay, and then the reason why we have the piece of paper folded in half is so we can do this. And then I'm going to brush all the glitter off onto the carpet, the remaining glitter. And then I'll lose the top to my yellow glitter. Awesome. Oh, comment if you see the top to my yellow glitter. It's under here. It's under the lights. All right, there's yellow. Now we're going to do green. I'm just going kind of what I think is lightest to darkest because I feel like red glitter is going to get in the other colors and blue, and I don't know. That probably isn't going to happen. I feel like we should go from light to dark. You're painting bee decor, Tanya? Ooh, post a picture in the group. That sounds cute. I need to do some new bee decor, new bee files. Stop freezing up, camera. Pretty. I wish I could see that. I wish it was like lighter. There we go. That's a little bit better. This is not going to take long. It's worth it. How long have I been live, y'all? It's 9:20. I feel like I went live before 8 o'clock. I know I did. It was like 7:30, wasn't it? 7 something. This might be my longest live I've done. I don't know. This is my favorite, y'all know. Y'all know this color, so pretty. Look how sparkly. My paint water is desperately in need of refreshing. I need new paint water. I mean, it was fresh when I started the video. I can't decide what color I like best. Look at those two. Look at the aqua and the purple together. I mean, come on. So cute. I've never used so many colors of glitter at the same time on a project. This is so fun. So pretty. Thank you, Diane. It's fun. What would a night be painting without glitter, right? All right, last one, y'all. There we go. All our little bulbs are glittered. How cute. All right. Done with our glitter. Now, put the camera up and I'll show you guys all these pieces kind of put together as a set. Okay, so we have our light bulbs, our light Christmas lights, I should say. Our palm tree. I really need a background that doesn't look like crap to lay these on to show you. Oh, you know what I could do? Hold on. Just hold that thought. I can't stand it. It has to be prettier than this. Ow. Okay, now I'm injuring myself. Trying to do this for y'all. All right, this is my background thingamabob that I use for staging pictures. So, hold on. It doesn't quite fit, so I'm making it work. But you're going to see a shadow, unfortunately. Okay, here we go. Wait, let's get it not crooked. There we go. Okay, why is it crooked? Okay, there we go. All right, palm tree, sign. You're still not going to be able to see it all. Dang it. Well, you get the gist of it, right? I'm trying to fit the last little piece in here, the little glasses. There we go. Can't get it any closer over to the left. But that is our, here we go. All right, that's it, y'all. Pretty cute, right? Okay, so this is your bonus file for next Wednesday. So you have the Merry Beachmas door hanger is your bonus file for Tuesday. This is the bonus file for Wednesday. Tuesday, you join, you get all the bonuses. Okay, so you'll get both of these plus the other two that I have not revealed yet. They're going to be revealed Friday and then over the weekend. Thank you guys. But definitely join on the first day. I know I've said that a million times, but you don't want to miss all the files because they're really, really fun. And I really enjoyed making them. And I want you guys to get all the files because I feel bad if someone messages me the next day and is like, hey, I forgot to join. And I really, really want that file. So don't be that person because I feel really bad. And I can't say no to people, but I have to because it's only fair, right? Okay. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. I really appreciate you and keeping me awake and chatting with me. And I will see you on Friday. Talk to you then. Bye.